Hello, North Hunterdon community, and a special welcome to the members of the music department, family and friends, and of course, our very special class of 2020 seniors. Welcome to this Senior Awards ceremony. Let's take a moment now to congratulate all of the music department seniors, and let's have a great big warm round of applause for all of them. Tonight, we're going to honor our seniors with some very special awards. And we begin with our Outstanding Service Awards. The awards will be presented by all four members of the music faculty, myself, Mr. Hopta, Mrs. Cudworth, and Mr. Andrews.
Our first service award goes to Adenike today. Adenike joined us as a sophomore. Her family moved here from Texas, and right away she was a valued member of the department. I've been fortunate enough to teach Adenike in concert choir for multiple years, madrigal singers, and individual voice lessons. So congratulations, Adenike, for all your hard work over 3 years here at North Hunterdon. Our second award goes to Miss Sarah Bunce. I've also been fortunate to work with Sarah Bunce in two different ensembles, the Madrigal Singers and the Concert Choir. She's also been seen on stage and in our spring cabarets as well. Thank you, Sarah, for 4 years of hard work with our department.
Elizabeth Queso is the recipient of our next Outstanding Service Award. She was a 4-year member of the jazz ensemble, a soloist in the jazz ensemble, and just a wonderful, wonderful human being. I wish you the best, Elizabeth.
Elise Chapman has been a valued member of the string orchestra for the past 4 years. A terrific bass player. She has contributed a great deal to the success of the group. I'm very proud of her progress and her contribution. Thank you, Elise. Jacob Chizzuli is a 4-year member of the concert band. He's also been a member of the wind ensemble for the past 3 years. He was a member of the jazz ensemble in his freshman year. This year, he served as one of our section leaders in the percussion section, and he is a strong player on all percussion, both mallets, traps, and snare, and timpani. Thank you, Jacob, for your participation and your contribution.
Angelina Dyson is a wonderful student and a wonderful person. I was fortunate enough to teach her in freshman choir, and she moved on to marching band, madrigals, and I am fortunate enough to teach her in voice lessons this year. She's also been on stage in a couple of our theatrical productions, and she has a great talent for the stage. And she has also helped out with the audio video side of the musical. She created our trailer this year. Thank you so much, Angelina, for your years of work with us. Congrats.
Tommy Gassaway is a 4-year member of the concert band. This year, he was also one of our percussion section leaders. He was also a 4-year member of the wind ensemble. He's been a reliable player since pretty much day one, and while still improving for those 4 years as well. Great kid. I was also fortunate enough to teach his older brother in rock history class. So it's a good family. And Tommy, I want to thank you for sticking with us for 4 years. Congrats.
Heidi Hack is a 4-year member of the concert and marching bands. She was also a member of the freshman choir. Heidi's a trumpet player, and her contribution to the band for 4 years has just been outstanding. Her marching skills and her playing skills are terrific. She served as the band secretary this year. She also was the winner of our Best Senior Marcher Award, and we really appreciate all that you have done for our bands, Heidi. So thank you and congratulations.
Dean Kapitanakis was a 4-year member, has been a 4-year member of our jazz ensemble, a stalwart member of the rhythm section, who also provided Squawk, our mascot. Dean, thank you all for all the things you've done. Be well.
Christine Halil has been involved with our music department in a variety of endeavors. I've been fortunate enough to teach her in both madrigal singers and voice lessons. You've also seen her on stage once or twice. And she got her start with Mrs. Cudworth in our freshman choir. Christine, we thank you for coming back and sticking with us and being a valued member of the ensemble you've been a part of. Congratulations.
Ria Kochar is a 4-year member of our choral program. She started off with me in freshman choir, and she has continued with voice lessons and concert choir. She's also been a part of several theatrical productions starting when she was a freshman, and she has great talents also for public relations and the numerous projects that she does outside of the music department. Ria, you are an inspiration, and congratulations.
Rena Lee has been a 4-year member of our string orchestra. She plays the violin, is a member of our first violin section this year. Rena is a terrific young person and a great contributor to the success and the growth of our orchestra. And we wish her well as she goes forward in the future. Rena, thank you for your contribution to the music department. Tori Lockwood has been part of the music department for the last 3 years. She's in just about every ensemble that we have on the instrumental side. She's been in the concert band, marching band, the pit orchestra, and the jazz ensemble. She has played percussion in the concert band, the marching band, pit orchestra, jazz ensemble, and this year she played tuba in the concert band. Tori came out of nowhere with very little experience and has progressed steadily over the course of the last 3 years and has become a major player in our instrumental ensembles and just a lot of fun to be around. And someone told me that she's very shy, and I don't believe it. So your contribution to the music department.
Daniel Magda has been a 4-year member of the concert band and also served 3 years in the marching band. Daniel has improved steadily since his freshman year on alto saxophone, and he's been a valued member of those ensembles. We appreciate your hard work, Daniel. We appreciate the hours you've put in, but also your joy, okay? Always smiling, never upset, or at least never let it appear that he was upset while in my presence. Thanks, Daniel, and congratulations.
Marion Matthew is that most special of choral singers who has been in a daily ensemble for 4 whole years. Thank you, Marion, so much for your contributions. Marion came to us as a freshman with a plethora of natural talent. She has been a soloist multiple times in show choir and concert choir and freshman choir. And she has a talent for the stage, and she's just a great choral singer. She's also really emerged as a leader in the soprano 2 section of the concert choir this year. Thank you so much, Marion, and best of luck to you.
What a great name. Charlie McCarthy has been a member of the concert band for 4 years. He also served 2 years in the marching band, and this year was in the wind ensemble as well. Charlie has progressed steadily as a trumpet player. He's a big fan of Ohio State. Unfortunately, that's one of his few downfalls. But other than that, he's a great presence to be around, a hard worker, and again, a guy that stuck with it, okay? Kept working hard, kept improved. He just had a solo in the winter concert this year as well. Congrats, Charlie.
Billy Moyer has been in the string orchestra for 4 years, a member of our bass section, a terrific player, a wonderful young man, and again, has been a part of the growth and the success of our string orchestra over the course of 4 years. We wish him well. Thank you, Billy, for your contribution. Nathaniel Namath has also been a 4-year member of our string orchestra. He's in our massive viola section, has worked his way steadily up through the viola section. Nathaniel is a hardworking student, a pleasant student, always great fun to be around, and a very successful member of the Boy Scouts as well. You may have read about him recently on NJ.com. So congratulations, Nathaniel. Great work, and we really appreciate your outstanding effort.
Nicholas Penzone is one of those rare people who auditioned for jazz ensemble, didn't make it, but then didn't disappear. He showed perseverance. He came back. He's been a member of the ensemble for a couple of years. I always love those people who come back, you know, show a little bit of drive, show a little bit of stick-to-itiveness. Thanks, Nick, for hanging in there.
Julian Prieto came to me at the end of his freshman year and said, I know how to beatbox. I needed a beatboxer for show choir, so he became an unofficial member his sophomore year. Then at the end of his sophomore year, he came to me and he said, I want to sing. I was doubtful at first because I never heard him sing, but then he joined chamber and show choir and eventually concert choir, and he has become the absolute rock of all our bass sections. Julian, thank you so much. We're going to miss you so much in choir. And he just is a wonderful leader of spirit and music, and he's just a great kid. So thank you, Julian, and best of luck to you. Colby Rotner is another one of those special singers who has been in daily choir for 4 whole years. Colby has become a leader in our bass section, which is interesting because he started out as a tenor, and I believe he's been a tenor for 3 years, either 2 or 3 years. And then this year, all of a sudden, he became a baritone. And I couldn't be happier to have him in the bass section. He's just a wonderful person, really dedicated to choir, really enthusiastic about what we do, and never have to tell him twice. He just does everything I ask the first time. Thank you so much, Colby, and best of luck to you in your future. Chick, another excellent bass singer. Kevel came to us in concert choir his freshman year, hung out again, concert choir his sophomore year, I believe as a tenor as well, and then dropped to a bass in show choir his junior and senior years. Kevel is a wonderful member of the music department. He has a strength of character that we see in a lot of our students, and he's just very impressive. He's an impressive athlete as well. So thank you so much, Kevel, for everything you brought to choirs and continue to. Best of luck to you in your future.
Sana Sarkar has been involved with our music department all 4 years here at North Hunterdon. She started with us as a member of Mrs. Cudworth's freshman choir, and I've been fortunate enough to work with her for 3 straight years in the Madrigal Singers. We've been through a lot in those times. And each of those ensembles, I'm sure Sana will be the first to tell you, has been just a little bit different from the other. So she's had 3 years of the same experience, but in a very much a different experience every year. I thank her for her hard work and her lovely soprano voice. And I was also fortunate to see her on stage in some productions throughout the community, especially with Skit. So thank you, Sana, for your hard work, and best of luck to you in your future.
Josephine Tracy has been a member of the concert band for 4 years, and over the course of the last 2 years, she's been a member of our wind ensemble. She's a fine percussionist and has grown a lot as a musician over the course of those last 4 years. I know that she was very proud of her achievement in joining the wind ensemble and was really thrilled that she could be a part of that top-notch group. From such a large group of percussionists, she really stood out for her dedication and her commitment to the work that we did. So thank you, Josephine, for your contribution to our band and to our music department.
Emma Toohey has contributed so much to our music department over the past 4 years. She started with me in freshman choir, where she was a soloist, I believe, multiple times, and in our theatrical productions, where she had a leading role in the cabaret. And she's just continued to really improve in the other ensembles that she's been in. She's been a soloist for show choir, and she's had leads in our musical, et cetera, et cetera. We're lucky enough to hear her at the end of this banquet video. She's going to perform with us again. I know Emma writes her own music as well, and she's very committed to her music. She just has a very open, strong heart. And Emma, I want to thank you so much for sticking with us and being so dedicated to us all 4 years. Thank you.
Tessa Wood has been a member of the string orchestra for the last 4 years. And last year she had a starring role as a vocalist with the jazz ensemble. It did an awesome job. She's a violinist, member of our first violin section, and has shown steady growth and improvement over the course of the last 4 years. It's a delight to work with her. She's one of the most dedicated members of the orchestra, always ready to go, always ready to perform. So thank you, Tessa, for your contribution to our orchestra and to our music department. Now we're going to hear some remarks from senior Nikki Lockwood.
Good afternoon, band and the rest of the Music Association. I am so thankful to be able to have gone to a school with so many amazing, incredible musical opportunities. It hit me hard this year in pit orchestra. Mr. Angeline, Mrs. Mayo, Mrs. Cudworth, and Mr. B were working so hard to put together a musical so that we could be a part of something amazing and unforgettable. It made me reflect over all the great things our music teachers have done for us in the past 4 years. We had access to free lessons, and we were able to rent instruments for free as well. This year, I learned how to play the tenor saxophone for jazz band. I got lessons from Mr. Andrews and Mr. Angeline, and I got to rent the saxophone from the school. It's sitting in my living room right now, and we didn't have to pay a single dime. I don't really know how I'm going to return it in our current situation, but we'll figure it out. Freshman year, marching band gave a lot of us a place to feel accepted. Middle school to high school is a huge social transition. We got to work together to make a really cool show that was bigger than anything most of us have ever done. It was a chance to build relationships with our new classmates and be a part of something that can make a lot of people happy. It is a life-changing experience. Just look at my sister. She was the shyest and most reserved person I have ever known. Sophomore year, I convinced her to join the band, and now she is the president of the marching band and won the Spirit Award at our banquet. Being in the music department does that to a lot of people. It is a place where we are able to flourish and do what we love. I've experienced this in marching band, concert band, pit orchestra, jazz band, and the wind ensemble. I also see it in the choruses and the choirs, and of course, the string orchestra. Now, after 4 years of bonding and finding ourselves through music, we get to move on into the real world, whether that is a 4-year school, community college, the army, or just straight out into life. I hope all of you continue your music. Our music teachers have trained us the best that they could during our time in the North Hunterdon nest. Now we get to fly away and create lives for ourselves. I will never forget all of the things that NHMA has done for us. Thank you, teachers, parents, and the fellow music nerds that made high school an incredible 4 years. It is really hard to say goodbye. I hope I see you all again one day. See you later, NHMA.
Thank you, Nikki. Our next 2 awards are our Musical Excellence Awards. One is presented on the instrumental and one on the vocal side. These awards are for performance, high achievement in performance on instruments and in the voice. And our first will be the Musical Excellence Award for instrumental.
Evan Leopold has been a member of concert band as a clarinet player, wind ensemble, pit orchestra as a bass player, a 4-year member of the jazz ensemble as a bass player, just an outstanding member of our rhythm section. This award for instrumental musical excellence is presented to him, and you can see his qualifications right there on the screen. I get to see his qualifications and hear his qualifications while he's performing. What a pleasure it's been to work with you, Evan. Thank you.
Next, we have the award, the Vocal Award for Musical Excellence.
Emily Milkovich, or as she is affectionately known by some of us, Milky, is a just outstanding 4-year member of the music department. She has been a multiple-time soloist in the choirs, freshman choir, chamber choir, show choir. She's been in concert choir. She's a section leader now this year for me in chamber choir in the alto section. And the growth that I've seen in her voice is just amazing. Not every singer has this type of growth, even over the 4 years of high school, and she has really gotten the most out of her voice. She's explored roles on the stage. She's had multiple leading roles for us in our plays and musicals and cabaret productions. She's really done it all, and I am extremely proud to say that she is going to be studying music education for the next 4 years. Thank you so much, Milky. We're going to miss you, and congratulations on your musical excellence for us for 4 years.
Next, we're going to hear from Angelina Dyson.
Hi everybody of the music department. I'm Angelina, and I feel like I've gotten to know most, if not all of you, throughout my 4 years in the music department. Coming into high school, I was very nervous in front of crowds doing public speaking or performing. And I feel like through the music department, I've gotten to grow more comfortable on stage, sharing music and expressing myself. And I feel like a lot of that is due to the amazing people, the teachers, our students that I've met along the way. I remember I would sit in practice rooms with my friends and we just sing songs together. And knowing that you're not alone in the process is very comforting. That's why I love choir, because it's not just you alone on stage. It's like you have a whole ensemble, and you kind of like represent one as a whole. And it helps me feel more comfortable on stage, rather like being able to share my music and not be alone. And I feel like that was a big step for me, becoming more comfortable with myself and with like sharing my music. And I feel like that meant a lot to me. Being as like I am right now in front of a camera recording this, I feel like I've done a huge leap from who I was as a freshman and now. And the students and the teachers are amazing. My first introduction to the music department was marching band. I did color guard because I wasn't able to play an instrument at that time. But through the season, I found a lot of friends. We shared hot chocolate, goldfish, fruit snacks. And I remember our theme that year, it was Star Wars. And we all had cute little lightsabers, and color guard had bow staffs. And we had little battles on the fields, and then we screamed our lungs out on our football practices at nighttime. And just having that experience to feel like so united and being surrounded, because when you're on the field, you're surrounded by the sound of music. And it absorbs you, and you really feel at home. And I feel like I'm at home within the music department, in band rooms or practice rooms or on stage or on the choir room. I feel like the stage is no longer something I'm afraid of, but where I get to hang out and I get to share my passions with my friends. And I think that's a big step. Additionally, stepping over boundaries throughout my high school year. Mr. Andrews was a big help with that. I took guitar and electronic music, two things which I have no previous knowledge of before. We started with, for electronic music, we started with Reason, and that's like the program. And I remember one of like the instructions we were given is like, do something that you think sounds fun, or just have fun, or like do what you think sounds good. And I think having instructions like that, at first it's terrifying because you have unlimited range of what you can do, and you don't know if it's going to be good or not. But it's also very helpful for when you're trying to find out your own sound and what you think sounds good, and trying to create, like, you're putting your personality in your music. And I know that everybody in the music department, we all put our personality in our music. Each of our sounds is unique. And it's nothing, you can't replicate the sort of passion that we put in. Because, you know, marching band kids, we sweat outside, we freeze our butts off in the bleachers. And it's because we have a sort of passion that we're willing to do all of this, because we're doing what we love and we're with people that we love. And for theater, we're after school for hours and hours in tech week, and it's long, I won't lie. But you're like, I remember, like, it didn't bother me because I got to hang out with some of the funniest people, and I got to eat snacks in the girls' dressing room. But it's been a very amazing experience, and I'd like to thank you all for helping me grow, for helping me reach new potential. I got over a lot of challenges, and it might be cheesy, but I really wouldn't be here, I wouldn't be here as I am today if it weren't for all of your hospitalities and sharing your music with me, and I really thank you all. All right.
Thank you, Angelina. Next, we have our scholarship awards. Our scholarships are provided by the North Hunterdon Music Association, and also we have a very special scholarship to begin with.
So the Jason P. Scheibel Music Award is a memorial scholarship. Jason Scheibel, or Jay, as he was known by his peers and his teachers, was in my high school class, the class of 2004. And unfortunately, he was taken much too soon a few years after that by leukemia. So we memorialize him because he made such an impact on our department, on us students and teachers and everyone in the community who saw him on stage. He was really a light among the students. One of the things that I remember about him is not necessarily his musical talent or his stage talent, of which he had plenty, but he was well liked by all. He just had charisma and the personality that you could tell he was a genuine soul, and he was just so well liked. And this student, David Reese, who is receiving this award, who has been a 4-year member of our music department, a very valued member, and just really committed to improvement. And David is one of those students who is well liked without even trying. David, that's just who he is. So thank you so much, David, for all you've brought to my experience in the North Hunterdon Music Department, and to all of us. We thank you for your talent and your drive, and just being you, just being a genuine good soul. Thank you, David, and congratulations. Our next theater scholarship, our only theater scholarship, goes to Miss Lexi Miller. This should be no surprise to anyone. Lexi has been on the stage way longer than her 4 years at North Hunterdon, but she was first noticed by us, first noticed by me on stage in our production of The Addams Family in the winter of 2017, where she was featured as an understudy for one of the lead roles. To be a trusted understudy right off the bat is an extremely big accomplishment. And then she received leading roles, multiple leading roles later on in her career. I believe she has been, I should check with Mrs. Mayo on this, but I believe she has been in every single theatrical production available during her career here at North Hunterdon. Lexi is a natural leader. She really enjoys helping each ensemble and each cast that she is a part of, each endeavor that she's a part of, to reach their goals and just put people to be the best they can be. And I really thank her for that. It takes a very special type of student leader to be willing to expect a lot of her peers. Lexi is not only section leader in show choir of the altos this year, but she is also choir president. And that is sort of a new accomplishment. It's somewhat of a new position, which means she was voted into that position by all of the choir members, not just appointed by me or by one ensemble. So Lexi is well respected, well liked. She is extremely talented, and she is going to be studying musical theater for the next 4 years at Rowan. So Lexi, congratulations, well done. The scholarship is so well deserved, and looking forward to seeing what you do in the future. Thank you.
Our next scholarship goes to Miss Sarah Berg. Sarah is one of the crossover students. She became a crossover student between the vocal and instrumental departments of the music department this year with joining concert choir. She's also very big fan of theater, and to that end, she's been in several productions on the North Hunterdon stage, in addition to her work in our concert band for 4 years, wind ensemble for 2 years, and marching band, where she was also serving as our drum major. So as you can see, she's been very involved for all 4 years. In fact, I remember someone Angelina mentioning the lightsabers just reminded me that she was awarded Best Lightsaber Choreography during our Star Wars show for her passion and enthusiasm that she did during that particular performance in that particular marching season. She's a wonderful young lady, very kind, very well respected and appreciated by everyone in the music department. Sarah, I thank you so much for your hard work, for your great attitude and attentiveness, and congratulations for this North Hunterdon Music Association scholarship.
Our next Music Association scholarship goes to Ryan Apgar. Ryan and I go back not only 4 years, but about 5 years during a summer of 2015 when we appeared in a cast Clinton Area Stage Troupe production together. He actually played my little brother, so that was very fun. And you could see his talent even back then, and he has done nothing but grow that talent vocally, in dance and in acting. He's really become a true triple threat on the stage. He is also a leader. He's a section leader in both chamber choir and show choirs of the tenor section. He's explored all parts of his voice. He's been a bass baritone for us, and now he is singing tenor mostly. And he's a wonderful musician and certainly a wonderful dancer. If you saw him during Put on a Happy Face and Bye Bye Birdie. One of the things that I appreciate most about Ryan is the taste in choral music that we seem to share. Seems like my favorite songs, including The Lord Bless You and Keep You, of course, are Ryan's favorite songs. So thank you for sharing that with me, Ryan, and best of luck in everything you do from here on out.
This next North Hunterdon Music Association scholarship goes to a bass player who I believe is going to spend his next 4 years at Moravian College studying the bass. We're not supposed to have a bass section in the jazz ensemble, but for some reason we've had a long history of just such a situation where there are multiple people having to do the same things simultaneously together. It's a tremendous effort. It's a tremendous skill. It takes a tremendous amount of work. It is my honor to present this scholarship to Evan Leopold.
Nikki Lockwood has been a part of every instrumental group at North Hunterdon: concert band, marching band, pit orchestra, wind ensemble, jazz ensemble. A fine clarinetist and a emerging tenor saxophonist. She has also had the distinction of being the drum major for the past 2 years with the marching band. And in that capacity, she has been an outstanding leader. The challenges for the drum major are significant in that they are in charge of a large group of people in a very difficult performing environment. Nikki is calm under pressure. She is organized. She is fun to work with. She's personable, and she has the ability to lead without demanding it. People just follow her instructions. A wonderful, wonderful student who has made a very significant contribution to our instrumental groups over the course of the last 4 years, and in particular, the last 2 years. Nikki, thank you for everything you have done. Congratulations. And I think you're going to do great things going forward.
Another Lockwood.
Mhm.
As we've already mentioned, joined the department as a sophomore. Actually, my first interaction with her was during rock history, I believe, her freshman year. She recorded things that I would say. Nothing relevant to rock history, just things she found humorous. She would write down those things. So I don't know how much she learned in terms of rock history, but she learned how crazy I was. To that end, no one, I don't think, has joined our department in a way where they just ascend so much, okay? To be a participant in marching band and become the band president in 3 years, a 3-year turnaround is not very often the case. To that end, she's been selfless as well. Doing tuba this year, the tuba is about the same size as Tori, but she's been making good sound and great improvement, and she's been a great contributor on that instrument for the concert band performances. And so I just want to say thank you, Tori, for being a charismatic young woman who other people feel comfortable around, and for diving into the department. I think we welcome you with open arms, and I'm happy that you joined us and your sister. So congratulations, Tori. David R. Lockhart was a longtime music department member here at North Hunterdon. He was the music supervisor. He retired in 2011. And in keeping with the 4 music teachers here at North Hunterdon, I was then hired to join the North Hunterdon faculty. I was fortunate enough to meet him during that time. Actually, we worked together during the winter musical that was Phantom of the Opera that year. Regretfully, David succumbed to cancer this past winter and passed away in, I think it was February or March. It was February, right?
January.
January. And since his retirement, we've honored a member of our music department with a scholarship in his name, just as a recognition of who he was as a person. I can think of no one that better exemplifies excellent musicianship and excellent charisma than our very own Miss Lexi Miller. To not have an ego to accompany the level of talent she's had with us is very much the exception to the rule. She's never been standoffish. She's never brushed any other students aside. She's always been welcoming and respectful and friendly and easy to work with. And I thank you, Lexi, for your hard work and your contributions over 4 years and God knows how many stage shows. So congratulations, Lexi, in achieving and receiving this David R. Lockhart Memorial Scholarship.
Now we're going to have a performance from Emma Toohey.
Hey everyone, hope you're all safe and healthy. Here's You Were Good to Me. Lying isn't better than silence. Floating, but I feel like I'm dying. Still, no matter where I
close to letting go, but I don't wanna be alone. You were good to me. You were good to me. Yeah. God only knows where our feet go. Hearts I've broke, now my tears flow. You see that I'm sorry, 'cause you were good to me. You were good to me, yeah. Now I'm closing every door, 'cause I'm sick of wanting more. You were good to me. You were good to me, yeah. Swear I'm different than before. I don't wanna hurt you anymore. You were good to me. You were good to me, yeah.
Thank you, Emma. That was lovely. Now we're going to have remarks from all of our faculty members, and we'll begin with Mr. Andrews.
Hi, seniors. Your senior year has been more unusual than any other senior year ever. I hope it makes you stronger. I hope it makes you wiser. I hope it makes you realize the beauty and importance of every moment that you have to spend together. Thank you for all the wonderful things you've done in the department and in the school. May the music never leave your heart. May the music never leave your soul. Take care.
Hello, music department students, parents, and family members. We are so glad to be able to celebrate you and all your accomplishments and hard work this year, even in this odd and uncertain time. Thank God for the technology resources we have to put together this virtual banquet. There is a decorative item on my desk at school that reads, "In all things, give thanks." And if you're in my classes, you know that I'm big on giving thanks. Each week we do a Thankful Thursday exercise, which has become something we all truly look forward to. Today, I am so thankful for the class of 2020 and their strength of character. It's one thing to have musical talent, which you do in abundance, but when that talent is combined with honesty, integrity, emotional intelligence, and dedication, then there's nothing more that a music teacher can ask for. This is the situation I find myself in when teaching the class of 2020. Whether it's the ability to express your opinions to me and to a classmate in a healthy way without sugarcoating anything but remaining civil and respectful, choosing to stick with the theater program even when you don't get the part you wanted, being in touch enough with your emotions to fully express them in class surrounded by your peers, or giving a block in your schedule to a daily ensemble for 4 whole years. I have seen example after example of this strength of character from you. You are to be commended, as are the people who have formed and shaped you in this way, your parents. Please make sure to thank them every chance you get for the rest of your life. On the last day of school 2017, I had my freshman choir members do an exercise. Write down something you will remember from freshman choir class. Looking back through these 3 years later, which I have, when your freshman year is a distant memory, is always one of my favorite moments of your senior year. So many fond memories were shared on these little slips of paper, and they will be returned to you so that you can take part in the nostalgia of seeing your own freshman year handwriting and sentence structure. But a few of your written memories that stood out were those occasions where things got very real emotionally for you. I don't know if you remember, but during your spring semester, you sang a piece called Only Hope. I decided to show you the movie that song is featured in, called A Walk to Remember. Possibly the only thing you do remember from that film is the experience of tears running down your cheeks. It is a romantic drama with many poignant moments that could disturb the tear ducts of the most stoic of personalities. And as most freshman women are not known for their stoic personalities, your class really had a field day with that movie. There was another class discussion where you shared how the Prism finale from that year, Bridge Over Troubled Water, affected you personally. And wow, did the tears flow during that conversation. I think I said it then and I believe it today. Crying together bonds people. We cried together that day, and we were bonded musically and emotionally and, dare I say, spiritually. In our first day of school conversations this year, I asked my classes, what is the difference between emotional and spiritual? As music is both of those things. And someone said, I think emotional is how you feel, whereas spiritual is how you are. Makes sense to me. I thank you, class of 2020, for being unapologetically the people and musicians you are. Talented, confident, dedicated, and honest people. Leaders who do right because it is right and who have made these past 4 years, especially this year, positively joyous for me and for all of us. These character traits, not how you feel, but how you are, will carry you through when things get tough or strange or awkward or downright depressing. Things have gotten tough, strange, awkward, and depressing for you these past few months, but know that you have the tools to persevere. What you have shown us during your time in the music department has proven it. Thank you again, and all my best as you forge ahead to your next adventure.
Hello, North Hunterdon Music Department seniors. Well, here we are. Well, here I am, and you'll see it soon enough. Now that we're coming towards the end of your senior year and your involvement with us at North Hunterdon in the music department, I thought we'd reflect back on where you've come from. I want you to think back to your freshman year. Think about the friends you met the first week at North Hunterdon High School. I'm not talking about the middle schoolers you knew already. Think about the friends you met through activities and endeavors at North Hunterdon. Think about your musical ability, how good you were on your instrument, or what limitations you might have had in your singing and vocal ability. Lastly, think about all the books you used to shove in your book bag and lug around for your entire freshman year. You've learned a lot in your time involved with our department, as you have with all other subjects at North Hunterdon. Some of the things you've learned are how to manage teachers' expectations and how to react to them, how to put in hard work every day in rehearsal and keep the focus. Some of you learned this lesson a little harder than others, and some of you had to keep being reminded of this focus lesson, and will have to continue to be reminded for a few more years. That's okay. But also your artistry and your musicianship. Hopefully we've done for you, and hopefully you can notice the significant improvements and achievements you've accomplished while being part of our department. To that end, I want to say thank you so much. I literally do what I do so that I can see the growth in each and every one of you, not just from the beginning of each school year, which I always say, but from the beginning of your time with us until the time you leave. So that's the sort of exchange that we have. You commit to some department ensembles and you stick around for 2, 3, 4 years, and we give you a lifetime of ability and a lifetime of artistry and humanity. From here on out, you'll be able to know when you're listening to a good performance or a bad performance. And you'll be able to, if you so desire, continue making music, both in college and throughout the rest of your life. If I had to give you any other advice, I'd say lean on the friendships that were strengthened in our department. We saw them. We love them. Take some more books out of your book bag. Don't carry so much on your back. That's a lesson you might have already learned. But I want you to also engage in the future in several ways. Number one, with your community, local or large. Number two, I want you to engage with your citizenship. Be an active member of that community. And number three is really related to your humanity. Keep living with the passion that you've learned to unlock in musical performance. I wish you nothing but the best of luck. I know you've been dealt a rough hand in these last 2 marking periods of your senior year, but please know that we in the music department appreciate everything you've done. I could not do what I do without you. You are part of the legacy of the North Hunterdon Music Department, and for that I thank you. Best of luck in the future, and once this is all done, please come back and see us.
Seniors, as you look back on your high school experience, don't let the loss of the last 3 months be the defining element that you remember your high school years by. Instead, think of the 3.5 years of great experiences and great friends and great memories that you made. Think of all the time spent in the music department, in classes, in between classes, spent with your friends, making music, making memories. Think of the time spent on the stage performing for audiences. Think of the times you performed with groups outside of the building and brought the joy of music to the community. Let that guide your memories of your high school experience. Music staff, myself, we're very proud of you and all that you have accomplished. You'll always be remembered, class of 2020, don't worry. The unique experiences that we've had here at the end of the year guarantee that. But mostly, your contribution to the music department will always be treasured and always valued by myself and the rest of the music staff. So thank you all very much and good luck to you in the future. Our final awards are our High Honor Awards. These are presented in orchestra, choir, jazz, and in concert band. We begin with the National School Orchestra Award. This is conferred in recognition of singular merit and outstanding contributions to the success of the school orchestra, and for displaying an unusual degree of loyalty and cooperation, and for exemplifying that high standard of conduct that is the aim of the school orchestral program. Pleased to present this National School Orchestra Award to Mara Kelly. Mara is a violinist who has played with the string orchestra for the last 4 years and been the concertmaster of the pit orchestra for the last 2 years and a member of the pit orchestra for the last 3 years. Mara is a terrific leader and a wonderful person and a very fine violinist. She is not afraid to take on challenging repertoire. She's very, very good at working with other students, often taking the lead in our sectional rehearsals. Mara truly exemplifies the best aspects of high school musicians and of students in general. Mara, I'm very proud of you, and you're going to be greatly missed in the orchestra next year, and I hope you will come back to visit us. So congratulations to Mara Kelly. The next award is the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, which is presented in recognition of outstanding achievements in the field of jazz, as demonstrated through superior musicianship, character, and individual creativity. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award is presented to
Evan Leopold. When I was in college, Milt Hinton, bass great Milt Hinton, told me, playing the bass in the jazz ensemble is being in the doghouse because you never get a break. And usually when everybody else is done soloing, they turn to you and say, okay, you got it. Well, this person's just been the rock of the jazz ensemble for the last 4 years. I will miss him greatly. I wish him the best. Be well, be yourself, be your best self. Come back someday and tell us all about it. Thank you. Congratulations, Evan.
the National School Choral Award is presented in recognition of singular merit, ability, and achievement, of outstanding contributions to the success of the school vocal program, and of an unusual degree of loyalty, cooperation, and high qualities of conduct. This award is presented to
Taylor Ucia. When I think about the kind of student who should be recognized with the National School Choral Award, I think about who has been involved in the various choirs we have, not just one or two, but maybe all of them, which Taylor has: freshman choir, madrigal singers, concert choir for multiple years, chamber choir, and show choir. And I think about who has the kind of instrument and who has developed the kind of instrument and the attitude, who has the skills to be involved in multiple types of choral ensembles, because there are many types of choral ensembles: freshman choir, all treble voices, concert choir, a large mixed ensemble, which there's no audition, chamber choir, a small mixed ensemble that does mostly classical style of music, a lot more introspective music, more thoughtful music, I think, and more challenging music. And then show choir, the popish music, but this person doesn't necessarily have to have a popish voice. They have to support a soloist in a very specific type of way. They have to blend well with other musicians. They have to be a leader. They have to know their part. They have to be able to learn. And Taylor has all of these skills and more. I've been so fortunate to be able to grow close with her throughout her 4 years. And it's been a pleasure also to teach her in voice lessons as well. She has had the utmost concern for her instrument and her growth as a vocal musician. And I know that she's going to take those skills and that concern for her personal growth into her career as an educator in the future. Taylor, it has been nothing but a pleasure working with you, and I can't wait to see what things you achieve in your future. All the best to you, and congratulations.
Our final award is the John Philip Sousa Award, presented in recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music, for singular merit in loyalty and cooperation, and for displaying those high qualities of conduct that school instrumental music requires. John Philip Sousa Award is presented to
Nikki Lockwood. Nikki, as we've already mentioned, has been a 4-year member of the music department, and she's been a great clarinetist, and that alone is enough of a reason to award her. But as you just heard Mr. Angeline say, loyalty and cooperation. And there's no better indication of that than to ascend into leadership roles and be a supportive voice for other members of the ensembles. Nikki is always willing to put in the work, always willing to put in the time, always willing to lead by example in both playing and conducting when she was drum major of the marching band. Nikki, I thank you for your dedication. I thank you for your stoic face. Okay, when things aren't always going well, and Nikki has a pretty good poker face. She's willing to buckle down and still do the hard work and get through any difficulties we may have had in marching maneuvers in a specific piece of repertoire. So Nikki, congratulations again for achieving the John Philip Sousa Award, and best of luck.
This brings us to the end of our award ceremony. A final congratulations and best wishes to all of our 2020 seniors.